Obiara ni won se, Obiara ni won se, Oya himo he, Obiara ni won se, Obiara ni won se, Obiara ni won se, Oya himo he, yeah, Obiara ni won se. Oh, the irony was there. There is no God like you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jesus. You're the one. It's your excellent Father, mighty God. Oh, you're the one. Thank you, God. There is no one like you, Jesus. Oh, we give you glory. We want to bless your name and give you all the glory that you deserve, Lord. So there is no one, there is no one, no one like you. There is no one, the King, no one the Lord. Thank the Lord, and I found that there is no one. I bow before you. I exalt you, King of Kings. I worship King of Kings. You are Lord. You are King. You are mighty, oh God. Thank you, Jesus. There is no one. Hey, lift your voice and say, we bless your name. We exalt you. We exalt you. We exalt you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Wow, that was Herty Corgie right here. I'm sounding like I'm on radio, but I am not. I'm rather live on Facebook. Welcome to today's edition of Chat with Daniel Dadson. Beautiful song, Herty Corgie, which with this track features the amazing Emmanuel Smith. Right. Welcome, friends. I'm so excited that you have made time out to join me on today's edition of this conversation, Chat with Daniel Dadson. And I told you, and I've been going on about it the whole of the week, that by God's grace, this week I'm making a trip to the US of A. I would normally say, okay, I won't say that. So I'm going to, I've said that I will be going to the US of A, and I will be talking to some amazingly anointed minstrels of God who are doing amazing things in their local churches and also around. They've put out music, and they are really pushing, striving for their ministries to blossom and be a blessing, and also to make sure that they are able to reach you and bless you. So this week I have three wonderful guests who will be sharing their life stories with me, their ministry, their journey, and everything that you need to know firsthand about them. Right, so this is not reported. They will be here and they will tell me, and we will delve into other things that, like we normally do it in the course of the conversation. It comes along and we just go right into it. So I am very, very confident that today's edition will be really, really, really awesome. So what I want you to do is that, please, I know that it's your timeline, I know it's your stream, but hey, why don't you share it with someone? Okay, so like the video, like the stream, number one, and also share the stream. Now, for the very first time since I started this conversation, which is Chat with Daniel Dadson, this is live on two platforms simultaneously. So we are streaming live on Facebook, which is on my timeline at Daniel Kweku Dadson, and we are also streaming live on the Hack TV channel on YouTube. I'm excited about that. So it's on Hack TV on YouTube. Make sure that if you're on YouTube, hey, welcome. I'm so glad. Make sure you comment, you share, you like. Let me know what you think about the show. But hey, it's very important that you subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube and clicked on the bell so that you receive the notifications anytime that we go live. And also, I want you to on Facebook share the stream. Just copy it, share it to your WhatsApp link. Get as many people on as possible because today we will be having some great conversation. I will have my very good brother passing through to make an announcement. I've been going on and on about it for the past like 24 hours. He has an amazing announcement to make. So if you are an emerging artist, you will want to hear what Koda has to say. So I'm bringing my guest on in a minute, but at this juncture, I would like to extend my condolence and the condolence of almost every Ghanaian, contemporary Ghanaian musician to the family of our brother Casey Owusu. It was a sad news that we heard yesterday. I mean, personally, I did not have the opportunity of encountering him face to face, but we had been chatting via social media. And I remember that a couple of times that he has released music, I've had the opportunity of playing that on radio. He sends that to me, and I think last 2 years his single that he released, he sent that to me on my birthday. And it's sad, but like it's written in scripture, blessed are those who die in the Lord, because from henceforth they rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So Casey, brother, rest well, and may God comfort your family and everyone that is around you. Now, having said that, I know my guests will also have some few things to say, but let me go straight away and welcome my guests for today and say hello to every one of them. Hey, hello.
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 Hi, lovely to have all of you here. So I have Herty, I have Nanajua, and I have Nana Osei. All of you are based in the States. Well, I know the state is a very big place. So very soon we'll get to know exactly where you guys are hiding. And for those of you watching, Nanajua will be leaving us a bit early. So don't worry if you hear me, staying with her a lot more because she has to leave and do other things. So that will be it. But let me say a very, very, is it good morning right there in the States or good afternoon? Which one is it?
Morning.
Good morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me once again express my profound thanks to you, Hetty, Nana Say, and Nanajua for accepting the invitation to be on Chat with Daniel. I have to say I'm really grateful and honored. Now, Nanajua, I'm going to start with you because you are the one who is going to run away very soon. So let me
Okay.
start with you.
Let's
Right.
take our time. Let's take our time.
So I had the opportunity a couple of months ago to discover your work via social media. All of a sudden, I saw these videos popping up with this soothing, wonderful voice singing all these powerful worship songs and renditions upon renditions. And I was thinking, okay, that's just my custom because I normally love to go after new talent and look out for what they are doing anytime I hear. So I was like, let me check it out. And lo and behold, this is a beautiful daughter of God doing her own thing. And I was like, wow. And I've been following you since then. And I can say that God bless you for what you're doing. So tell me, first of all, I want you to tell me who is Nanajua for those and for someone like myself. In fact, honestly, I've not done a lot of research about you. Everything today. So tell me about Nanajua, who you are, where you came from, the food you like best,
Oh wow.
everything. So let's go, and then I'll come to Hetty and then I'll say,
Okay. Hello, Hetty. Hello,
Hi.
Mr. Osei.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
trust you're all doing great.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, Mr. Dadson, it's such a great honor and to be on here. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, so Nanajwa is a gospel artist. I've been in this for only God knows how long.
Mm.
I I am a mother of three. Been married for 7 years. Uh, what else? I am a daughter of All Nations Caris House in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, my favorite food is wachi.
Oh, well, it's good. It's good you didn't miss that one.
Yeah. What else? What else did you wanted to know?
Okay, so let me ask you how you've mentioned it's very obvious and clear that you have been doing this for a very long time. But let's quickly tell me about the beginning and how it all started for you.
Okay.
Um, and normally, I would like to find out the actual point where this became serious, because I know for a lot of youth singers, including someone like myself, we start singing from our childhood,
Yeah.
Sunday school and all that kind of thing. But at what point did it become serious, especially for your Christian life? Let's start from there. At what point did you give your life to Christ? When did all these begin to make sense and became serious for you?
Okay. So I gave my life to Christ at the age of 16. I was born into a Christian home, into a family full of pastors and musicians.
Right.
Okay, so I had no choice than to go that route. But I accepted Christ as my personal savior at the age of 16. But I didn't really understand what I was doing at that age, though. But it really became serious at the age of, I would say, 23. That was around when I met my husband, I think. That's when I actually started taking this whole music thing serious. I've been singing since in childhood, but I really got serious with it around the age of 2023. Yeah, so it was based on, actually, no, it was when I met my husband. That's when he was like, okay, you really have a gift. And I think we really need to look into that. And, that's how it all started. And that's how it all became, yeah, serious.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So it looks like for your case, it was like scripture flipped upside down. Whosoever findeth a husband finds
Found
a
a good.
good thing and favor from the Lord. That's amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Let me quickly go to our sister Herty and our county. Herty, is
Sure.
the story the same for you? How is the story the same for you, or yours was quite a different one?
I think we have. Thank you guys for. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for this opportunity. God bless you, and hello to my fellow
Hello.
ministers. It's nice. I know. I think I've seen Minister Nanayao a couple of times, not personally, but this is the first time I'm meeting
Nice
Nana. So
meeting you
nice meeting
too.
you, woman of God. Um, I
Oh.
think we have some similarity with her story. Like we're born into a
Hmm.
Christian family, so pretty much we didn't have any choice. We couldn't be doing hip hop after we've been born into a Christian family, so we have to just go that route. But yes, just like she said, I also got baptized. I think when I was about 15. That was with the Church of Pentecost way back in Ghana,
Okay.
and what gave me that I wouldn't say eye opener. What really did it for me? I mean, for me to realize that there was something special was that I always sang with a choir at church, and people always come to say, "Oh, when you sing, I feel something." And at that young age, I didn't know what it meant by somebody feeling something when you minister. So
Hmm.
it was when I was about 17 years. I had a gig too. Usually, I go to the studio as a side gig. I go to the studio to back musicians, and I was working with this studio in Ghana. I mean, it's called Sid Studio. That was in Jolu.
Yeah, sure.
And the engineer always says you are gifted. There's something there. So apparently he wrote a song, and then gave me the opportunity to do a duet on the song with him. And when the song came out, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Like it became like that song in Ghana, you know. So one day at that time, I used to work in a shop, and when I'll be in the shop, people come like, "Oh, are you the lady who sang that song?" Because we did a video, and I was like, "Yeah," but it was just a song. So I didn't really understand that kind of people, you know, looking at you. So one day, there was a woman who walked into the store, and she said, "My husband loves your song." And that woman, she's a woman of God, and the husband is an evangelist. He has a ministry. My husband has a ministry that they travel to all the 10 regions of Ghana to go and preach the word of God. But it's
Right.
more like a full-time ministry. But you get paid for singing. So
Okay.
you travel to the villages, you preach the word of God, you will minister, and then they will preach. And then when we win the souls, we give it to the Bible believing church over there. And then at the end of the month, you are paid. So it's more like a salaried work. And I was like, oh wow, this is like ministry. And I love everything about ministry because that is my kind of place, my hiding place, in spite of all the situations, all the hard things that I go through in life. So I said, okay, I'll consider that opportunity. And I had to go to the group. I auditioned for the role, and thankfully, I got into the group. And then I started traveling to all the regions in Ghana. You know, all the places you can think of. We slept at some terrible places because there are no lights. Sometimes you have to sleep on mattresses. You know, when you see people like making it a ministry, you might think, okay, they just started and then God just started blessing them. But
Mm.
sometimes you have to go through the process. And I remember um sometimes we travel to what this northern region, and there's this thing called, I don't know if some of you are Ashanti, it's called entomua. It's some small insects. And we
Yeah.
went there, and I would tell you, it bit my skin. It was all over like chicken pox. And I was like, whoa, this ministry life is difficult. But in all that, I was just so happy doing what I was doing. So
Hmm.
pretty much that was how my journey started in Ghana. And then when we moved from Jolu to a different location, I transitioned to Royal House Chapel. That is my home church now.
Okay.
And I started doing music over there as well, singing in church. So it became more part of me. I understood where God was calling me. I mean, into me. I mean, the level that God was calling me into ministry, and I understood that this is what God really wants me to do. And then I also had opportunity to have people who were a little bit ahead of me. Like there was this minister called Bradan. He's a pastor in Royal House Chapel, and he helped groom me because at that point I was just singing everything. But he helps you how to do this enunciations, how to pitch, and all that stuff. He groomed me. And when I left Royal House Chapel, I got married and I moved to the U.S. And I came to the Royal House Chapel here in the U.S. and I serve with Reverend Emmanuel Agomida, and as a praise and worship leader over there. Um, I'm a mother of two. I've been married for 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
uh, and let's see. I have some albums out. Some singles out, and then just the recent one, I've been nominated for the Ghana Music Awards. So that is one thing that God has really done in my life. So pretty much that is it about me. At least we can go
Wow.
into other areas.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay. We'll come back to. I don't know if I have Nana say. It looks like I lost him there in a moment. Nana, if you can hear me, let's see if I'll get you back on. But Nana, let me come to you. So I've heard how you began and what you've been doing. You're a mother. You're into ministry. Herty yourself. How is it combining ministry and family life for you?
Ha.
How old are your kids, if you don't mind me? How old are
I'm
your kids?
sorry.
I
Oh,
think
I have a 6-year-old, a 4, and then a 1-year-old.
6, 4, and 1. Ooh,
Yeah.
my goodness. And you still have time to do all the
Hmm.
Facebook live stream and stuff. So
Ah.
tell me about it. How does it all pan out? And how do you
Hmm.
kind of merge and get going without it having a toll on your family?
It's, to be honest, it's not easy at all. Um, but I have a very supporting husband. Okay,
Mm.
that I can say for sure. So, but this is one thing with me. Family always comes first. Family is my first ministry, and then everything else follows. Now, combining the two is difficult, but all I can say is I have a supporting husband who holds the other things, takes care of the other things, and then I go about my business and all of that. That's all I can say. But it's not easy.
Mm,
It's not. Yeah, not at
right.
all.
Let me dwell with what you've been doing musically for a bit. So I you started, I don't know, did you start off with doing the covers, or you have your
No,
own that you've
I
put out?
do have, yeah, I have two albums out. The
Two
first
albums.
album, yeah,
Okay.
the first album was Inshira, and the second one, which was released 2016, that was my journal. I featured couple of great ministers from Ghana, Jomedo and Francis Amon on there. Yeah, but I just started these covers about 5 months ago. Yeah, I
Hmm.
just decided to bring all these old songs back. I just want to make them relevant again. Yeah, so that's the whole. But yeah, I have two albums out. Yeah,
Two albums.
yes,
And
please.
I'm just thinking, and I want to ask this. So with your decision to do your album, contrasting that with the decision to put out these covers as you are inspired, which of them will you say have given you more leverage and have exposed your ministry more? Which of the two actions?
I will say the covers because it's a bit challenging when you come out with a new song, and especially when you don't live in Ghana. And my audience being Ghanaians, it's very difficult to reach out to get the song out there. It's
Right.
They don't know it. So bringing back these old songs that they already know, it brings the name, it's selling the name out there. And then that's where I introduce to them, hey, I just don't do people's covers. I have my own songs, so check them out. So honestly, hands down, the covers has really helped and has really brought a lot of attention to the name the Najwa, and to share what God has gifted me as well. Yeah.
I will be interested to explore that, because I think for some time now there has been that conversation about
Mm,
how I don't want to use the word powerful, and if I use it, I'll use it advisedly, but how strong and elongated the impact of the old songs are vis-a-vis the songs that are coming out in recent time that have been brought up by the current ministry. Um, uh, Hello, Nana. I'll say, can I? Do I have you still? I can't seem to. Hello, Nana.
Yeah, can
Are
you
you
hear
there?
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I
Yeah,
can't see you. So I don't know what has happened to
myself.
the camera.
Right, right.
Right. So
Uh,
will you try and see if you can go up and come back and see, so that we want to see your face.
that's what I think. All right.
We
God
want to
bless you.
see your
Thank
face.
you.
Hetty,
Yes.
right. Hetty, whilst Nana get ready to come,
Mhm.
you have your songs out. Okay. So
Yeah.
how has it been like for you? And what actually inspired you to put out your own song? Because it can really be daunting. I've done that, but and it can be really be scary when you go check sometimes. Oh, Charlie, the stream is like just 20. You have over 5,000 friends on Facebook, but your song is streaming only 20. How is
mm-hmm.
it for you putting out your own song?
So it's not an easy thing, just like Nana is saying. I think we have a lot of things in common. I don't know why, but I think juggling ministry and your family life, and if you're also working full time, can be challenging. So
Yep.
just like she said, I also have a very supportive husband that when I have to do ministry, he knows how to manage the other stuff for me to have that, that clarity to move. I mean, things in ministry. So thanks to our
Yeah.
husbands. The other thing is that it's really challenging, just like you said, because you are on this side of town. I mean, in the US, and
Mm-hmm.
you are doing songs, and you're trying to push it to, though you're trying to push it to the American market. one of the big markers that you have there is your Ghanaian people, because
Yeah.
they know you. You are, that is where your origin is from, and it's one difficult. And what plays us in that difficult situation is also that you are not physically in Ghana for you to schedule radio interviews, for you to do like radio tours and do all those things. You are here, and so it becomes a little difficult. So that approach that she took, like doing covers, and yes, and that is one thing. Well, I don't have to say it over here, but it's one thing that I've also started working on, but is yet to be out. Looking at those local, tunes. Reach out to the market. Apart from that, there's something special about those songs, those old songs that are really forgotten, that we don't even sing about them again. There's something so special about it that our people can still connect to. So if they can connect to you on that level, then they'll be willing to, accept anything else that you bring that is not really, on that, local or that level for me per se. That is what I'm trying to say. But it's really, really being challenging. You have to find somebody that is trustworthy, that you can trust with your money to even do your promotions for you. If you're telling a DJ to play your song 5 times
Surely.
a day, how sure are you that they're going to play the song? Because you're not there to even monitor the radio station. So
Yeah.
definitely it's been a challenge. But what I can say is that God is faithful. God always has a way of, connecting you with people that can, project your ministry, or they can support your ministry from far and wide. So I'm just praying that it comes a time where we in the US, or we in the diaspora, wouldn't have to struggle to push our music to the Ghanaian market. There should be an easy leverage where we can easily transition or push our stuff through. So it's really been a challenge, but God is good. We are still
Yeah.
pushing through.
God is good all the time. I am
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that bit because it's a challenge that cuts across UK, US, and I know a couple of years ago, and I know he's still there. Brother Philemon is based in China, and I know of other amazing Ghanaian artists, even those in South Africa and elsewhere, who really struggle when it comes to gaining that leverage. On top of mind, I can only mention one or two Ghanaian artists who have really done that successfully. But we'll come to that. Nana, I have you back finally. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well by God's grace.
Awesome. Good to see you. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. I mean, I met you on the CMAG, that's the Christian Music Association of Ghana platform, and immediately I saw your track. I was like, "Hey, Charlie, this is awesome. Let's have some chat." So tell me a little bit more about yourself. Who is Nana Osei? Where did you start? Where do you come from? And are you also married like the ladies are? And having kids, the ladies have told me everything. So please tell me yourself and the food you like best. Please don't forget that one. Herty, you didn't say that. I'll come to you.
Wow. Yeah, first of all, I want to say hello to all your listeners and your viewers, and my fellow ministers on this platform, and yourself. And I want to thank God for this opportunity given me to kind of express who I am. I also want to acknowledge my brother Casey Owusu. May his soul rest in peace, and he's fought a good fight. Even though he left us early, I still thank God for his ministry, and I bless God for his life. May his soul rest in peace. Nana Osei is a young man. I devoted my time to lift songs to God in worship, and also proclaim the message of salvation through music to the world in this end time. I'm a married man with 2 kids, 1 boy and a girl.
Wow.
My wife is called Mavis, and my Emmanuel and Benida. I'm from a family of 4. It started all in Koforidua as a young guy following his mom to church. And at a point, there was a lady in the church called Matilda Osei,
Okay.
Mrs. now. And this lady always sees me and she pulls me, Nana, come here. And over to you. She always, whether it's Sunday service.
I can picture that thing.
Yes, I can remember it like yesterday. This woman would just draw me, Nana, you sing, and I didn't even know what I was going to do. I remember I used to sing those and produce songs. Don't quit your day, don't quit your day,
In
don't
church?
quit your day. I didn't know. I was very young, but I used to sing that song very well. And
Okay.
so
Was
this
that
woman sees,
when, hold on, and I thought, were you singing that when he calls you to sing in church, or that was
now,
just okay?
now. It
Right.
was just like what I remember I used to do in the house.
All right. Okay.
And so one time, this woman called me and then he gave me the song. He said, "You're going to sing that song. Ejo nyame na yem ye doso. Eho ma ye wa kwenyi nemo. Enti fawa semina shanisa na yem ye doso." And since that day that the lady asked me to sing that song, it was every day. Sunday service, Bible studies, youth meetings. Anytime she sees me, she just go and write my name. They call me. And I was so shocked. So they have to sometimes put me on a table or something so that people can see me. So it started, it started from there. But anytime I sang, I saw people like coming to worship, some coming to give offerings, some were calling me, like my sister Herty said, encouraging me. Nana, when you were singing, something was happening to me. But then I didn't even understand what they were saying, just like my sister said. And so it started from there. And I grew up a little bit, joined a group in the church called Heads of Jesus. And then I went to high school. And from high school, I was in high school, I was in the school choir and the school chaplain. And so I started realizing that there's something in me that I can also deliver. And so from after school, I think I joined a band called Judah Praise.
Right.
In Adenta. And from there, a friend of mine called Doe, who was a bass player, took me to Vineyard, then Baglaskanko. And so I joined Vine Praise from there. And there I met Reverend Dr. Mary Gansa for the first time there. And then he just sent his son to call me. And when the guy came, he came, he said, "Nana, we have a program on Saturday. Can you join us?" I said, "Okay, yeah." And since then, I started being in Open Heavens, Mary Gansa's band. And from there, I started learning. He started nurturing me, as in what I do right now. And then it has progressed from there. I joined Tesano Baptist Church in Accra, Tesano, Pastor Jesus. And from there, I joined a group from there. I traveled. And here I am ministering everywhere. The food I like best, I think there are two of them. You want me to just say one?
Okay, tell us both. You tell us both.
Yeah, because I got two sisters here. So if I go to Atlanta,
absolutely,
you prepare one for me, and when I come, I got two sisters. Let me mention the two.
So mention the two for me.
I think the first one is jollof rice.
Okay.
Which I know Herty knows how to do it best. And the second one is Josafi, which I think Nanajua.
Well,
and I have an album to my credit and few singles.
All right. I'm very sure that Nadia
I have an album and a few singles.
Strengthens her, so Tozafi wouldn't be a problem.
No.
Oh yeah, I'll help her. I'll help her.
Great. So you have an album. What you have an album to your credit? What's the title of the album?
Onweni.
And then you've just released a single recently.
A single, yes, and I have other singles too.
You know, one thing that I've picked quickly from all of you here is that you didn't just happen. You see, social media has a way of letting people see you and just ask the question that, oh, who is this one to? What is it doing here? He's all over the place on social media. When did he arrive? When did he or she start? But one of the things that I can pick from the stories you've all told me about your background is that you didn't just happen. You've been through some very, very interesting process that has shaped who you have all become today. Now let me find out. I know that because from the stories that you've shared, it looks like God had a way that He was working your talents all through. But was there any point that you felt like, you know, I shouldn't do gospel. I should do, and I should do something else, or I shouldn't even sing at all. I should do something else, considering the fact that it is said that it's you can't live your life on music, or maybe you gospel music is not profitable enough, or that kind of thing. Did any of you have those challenges? And I'm gonna start. Nanajua, you've disappeared. Okay, you're back. Nana, let me start with you.
I'm sorry, your question again. I got the they
So,
kind of need me inside. I'm actually at church,
I
so
checked. Okay, so they need you
yeah,
inside. Don't worry. All right.
yeah.
Okay, we'll
But
let you
you,
finish.
yes, please. Your
We'll let
question
you,
again. I'm
but
sorry.
no worries at all. So the question was that, considering what the story that you've shared, was there a point that you felt like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do gospel because it is said it's not profitable enough, or I should only concentrate on my secular work, as it were, and not kind of pay attention to this at all?
Okay, yeah. There was okay. There were some times I wanted to quit, like my Mr. Osei was saying. I started, like, I literally had my grandmother was a pastor, so my mom will literally take me to church, and she's like, my daughter is singing today, and I'll be singing in front of this big congregation, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Now the point I'm trying to make here is I've been through it all with this ministry
Right.
personally. At a point in time, I was like, let me just forget about this. With all the certifications and the degrees that I have, I could have just gone that route. But funny enough, every time I find myself doing working with any of my certifications or whatsoever, I end up doing ministry. I end up coming right back to doing this ministry.
Right.
So yeah, there are some times where I'm like, let me quit, and it has always not been about the money or whatsoever. No, not at all. I see myself to be the type that feel like I was called for this, and regardless, I have to do it. And um, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm
That's
being
fine. That's
distracted.
fine. That's fine. I know you answer. I want to get this quick one in a minute before you go.
Yes, please.
So we spoke about the challenges that ministers in the diaspora face when it comes to promoting their music or getting the Ghanaian community to accept. From your point of view, what do you think can be done to level the playing field, as it were, or even make more inroads? What do you think can be done by Ghanaian ministers based abroad?
Hmm. Honestly, I have thought of everything I could think of. And to me personally, I've said to myself, no matter what, I'm gonna still make it. It doesn't matter if I'm in Ghana or I'm here.
Right.
I want to break that record where even if you are abroad, you can still reach your audience back home. Thank God for social media these days. You don't even have to be in Ghana physically to promote your songs,
Okay.
But we need to, like my sister here and my brother here, we need to make it up. We need to have this mindset where, regardless, I'm not gonna fall down to the fact that, oh, I have to be in Ghana for my songs to be heard, or I have to be in Ghana for me to be heard. No, wherever I'm at, I'm still going to preach the gospel, and it's still going to be heard regardless, no matter what.
Mm. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. I know you're hard pressed for time. Nanajua, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll try and get you some other time where you don't have any other engagement, so you can
Yes,
spend
I'm
more
so
time with you.
sorry. This
That
just this just happened. Yeah.
is that's
I'm
absolutely
so
fine.
sorry.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. So yeah, we'll continue the conversation and we'll catch up with you some other time.
Yes,
All
please.
right. Okay.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Osei. And hello, Haiti. Nice meeting you. We'll catch up
You
later.
yeah, you guys to meet and collaborate on something
Yes,
in the
we
States.
will. We sure
Okay.
will. Bye
Right. God bless you.
bye. God bless
Great,
you.
great, great, great. So Hetty and Nana, let me come to you with this same question that I asked Nana Adwoa. Uh, what do you think can be done for ministers who are based in Nana? I think I'm having feedback from you because are you listening in the car?
Yes, I'm in the car.
Are you in the cars?
Yes.
If you, I think if you use headphone, it will really be great. You have a
Perfect. 1
good,
second.
good, good. Okay, right. So Hetty, I'll come to Nana. What do you think can be done? How can we get our songs promoted in Ghana, or how can the musicians who are based in the diaspora make such inroads where it can become a level playing field? Any ideas from you?
Yes. So I just want to pick on where Nana was trying to explain before I go into that question, where you asked whether is there times where you feel like giving up in the ministry or something. Then I'll go to what we can do. So me personally, my main focus of doing this ministry was not about money in the first place. That was not the motivation. It was just what God has placed in me and I want to share with the world. It's very true that you put a lot of money if you want quality music, you're recording everything live and putting a lot of money, and definitely you want to receive something back. But when it doesn't come back, how do you, deal with all that? You just keep going and you just keep pushing it and you just keep delivering the quality and keep pushing yourself and keep trusting God. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a day that all those hard work is eventually going to pay off. So that is one of the things that always motivates me to keep going. Now back to we in the diaspora, how do we, impact people around the world with our song, or do we get the necessary support? So I would say that it's challenging. The reason why it's challenging is that sometimes, and I'm just keeping it real, you don't really get all the support that you need from even your immediate community. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
And by
You have
community, do you mean sorry to cut you. By community, do you mean that your Ghanaian community, church community, family?
No, it's a little bit of both. Church community, Ghanaian community, Ghanaians out there. It's some, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm just trying to like keep it real here. That
I
you
think, Herty,
see
you
a
are being
fellow brother
real.
like Brother Nana who produced a song. I will go on my social media. I'll see that he's released a single. But typically, you won't see me going to like his songs, or you won't see me going to subscribe to his channel. You get what I
That's
mean?
right.
Unless the
Right.
That's
person
right.
is in our clique. Before you go like, okay, I want to go and support what they are doing, but
Okay.
that is not even right. You know what? You see, it can never be right. And a typical example is God rest his soul, our brother Casey, who just passed
Yeah.
out. Just passed away. All of a sudden, everybody's posting his stuff. Everybody's liking
Mm,
his song. Come on, guys!
mm,
And I just posted
mm.
something on my Facebook,
Mm.
on my status. We will wait until somebody dies before we now want to show our appreciation for their ministries and their gifts. That is not acceptable. When the person was alive, you never even liked any of his songs. You never even subscribed to his channel. You never even contributed. You never even sent a message go like, or slide into his DM to say, brother, God bless you. I keep pushing. But when he died from yesterday night, the whole of yesterday, I didn't sleep. I was just asking myself, we are here one day, tomorrow we are not. And whatever God has placed in us, even if it's not something that you like, the least you can do, we're not even contributing financially, it's just sharing the person's post. It's just liking it. That doesn't take money. But we will not share. We are all guilty of it. We will not share, we will not like. And then when the person dies, now everybody want to now post. Everybody will, and that is hypocrisy. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. So I feel like we don't get that support that we need. And I'm sure that this gentleman, God rest his soul, I don't mean to disrespect him, but I'm just saying this with out of respect. I'm sure when he released the song, he's been to radio stations that he wants them to play his songs, that they've even refused. They didn't play the song. But now I'm sure today everybody's trying to play his songs. That is not right. I'm just a little bit like sad about the whole situation.
I,
So
I, I,
forgive
I
me.
under- no, I understand you, Betty. if I
What do
can,
you want?
if I can link it, the same happened to God bless so Minister Danny Nete. The same
Right.
thing happened. When Minister Danny, Uncle Danny died, that was at the point that all of a sudden you have all this avalanche of posts and avalanche of promotion going on in his name, concerts here and there and that kind of thing. So I don't know, but it's a big issue. We can only have
Yes.
the conversation.
Yes.
We can only have.
So
Go ahead.
right. So it's just for me. I see it as a wake up call to all of us. When I go on social media and I see somebody that I don't even know, and I believe that this person is doing something great, at least just click on that share button or click on a like button to encourage us. Now, going back to the support that we need, churches, your own community, your own church should appreciate the gifts that you have as a ministry. You know what I mean? You don't want to wait till you blow up. Then when everybody's now coming after, they go like, "Oh, that is my daughter. That is my son." No. When I was little, you're not supporting me. So why are you now trying to take the glory for something that you didn't support? You know what I'm trying to say? So sometimes we have to have this hard conversation for people to know that as musicians, we are human beings too. You know, we go to church, we support. We go to communities, we support. We go to other places, support. But when you go and go like, "Oh, please, I have this song. Please go and like it. Please go and listen to it." They go like, "Oh, yes, I will," but they will not do it. And that is why we don't get a lot of likes, just like you're saying. You don't get a lot of views. You don't get a lot of comments or whatever to blow your things up. So if you don't have the money to push your ministry, then that means you are stuck. You know, there are instances. You made a presentation on how to, promote your brand and ministry and songs and everything. If you don't have the financial capability, then that means you cannot go far, because all this thing is money. If you have to even push your music to even to the other people on the other side of the world, you need money to promote it. You need money. You need a blogger to blog. You need all these things have to come in play. So supposing a minister is so talented, but they don't have the money, what can the community do to support the person? Who can radio stations in Ghana, like who are we have some radio stations that are Ghanaian radio stations in the US. What can they do to support those upcoming artists or artists that are producing content that they can support? Sometimes all that musician needs is somebody just saying, "You are doing great, just keep going." But you don't even get encouragement. So please, this is a call to all of us. So I think that, okay, so going back to what we can do if we are not even supported, is use our platform. We have social media. You have Facebook. You have Instagram. You have Twitter. Make sure that you spend time yourself. Go on social media. Post your music. Make noise about your own music. Support your own ministry. Like, if somebody doesn't even believe in what you are doing, believe in your own self. Make it look like, look, I am the best thing that ever happened after Santa Claus. And promote your own self. Even if it's 2 people that are liking your stuff every week, keep posting, keep sharing. And you can come on and come and say, "Hey guys, I have a new song out. I want you to come out and support. It's available on all digital platforms." So be your own promoter. And I'm sure that when you're putting in that effort, somebody will notice you and somebody will promote you. But you cannot do this all by yourself. We all need each other to survive. That is what I'm just trying to say. But a big shout out to my pastor, Reverend Emmanuel Agomida. I want to use this platform. I can't say that enough. He's so supportive of my ministry. If I'm doing anything, he's always there for me. And Mama Mina, I want to say thank you. They're always praying for me and always encouraging me. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the entire Royal House Chapel ministry. Thank you so much.
I hope he's watching. I
Yeah,
hope
I
he's
also
watching.
do.
But I'm going to ask this, and Nana say I'll come to you, and then I'll go back to Herty. If you have just joined, let me say a very big thank you for joining. This is Chat with Daniel Dadson. We've been going for a couple of weeks now. It has been amazing. It's been tremendous, and I've been blown away by the discoveries that I've made personally out of the conversations that we've had with so many emerging ministers. I call them, but I mean, although they are emerging in the marketplace, most of these people that you see on here have been at this for a long time. They've been doing this since their childhood. They've been doing it at church. They've been serving, and it's come to a point where God stirs them up or stirs something in their spirit to step out there and do something. And I've just been having a chat with everyone. I want to let you know that Koda will be joining me very soon. He has an announcement to make. Yeah, so Koda would pop in anytime from now, any moment from now. He has a special he has news that he wants to share. If you are an artist and you've done so, let me see if I can define it. You come and define it properly. But if you have maybe one or two singles or three singles, and you've just started to do music, you've put it out there. It doesn't matter if you've already released song, but if you've started to do music, you've put your music out there, he has some news for you. If you see yourself as an emerging artist, then don't miss this announcement that Koda has to do. If you know someone, please share this video and let the person stand by for this announcement. Now, Herty and Nana, I was on a webinar by a Zoom conference, as people would know it, by Uncle Sydney Cranton. I mean, Sid is someone who I would say has been very, very instrumental in the contemporary music journey of Ghana. He used to be a drummer, and I later got to know. I mean, I got to know this recently, that he was part of a group called Abundant Life, who were very, very out there in the marketing in the 80s. They toured Europe and a couple of places, and great ministry. He has this forum, Asaf's Corner, and I was part of the webinar that happened a couple of days ago. It had on there Lawyer Ace Ankoma. I mean, a lot of people know Lawyer Ace Ankoma of Joyful Way, and it had on there. It was moderated by Mr. Sammons, who is the CEO of City. Okay, so one of the things that came up, which I want to ask you, is that music is situated in the culture of a country. Okay, and that was a statement made by Uncle Ace. And he explained it to me that sometimes we want to westernize our music so much that we create a disconnect between the people who are meant to support us and the music and ministry we are trying to put out there. So my question is that this generation of musicians that we have, Ghanaian musicians, or those of us based in the diaspora, are we making music that's not connecting properly to the people of Ghana as it should be? Are we trying to sound so much like the Americas? Are we trying to sound so much like the UK gospel musicians or Hillsong and that kind of thing? Are we sounding like that's why we are being disconnected? What's happening? What do you think, guys? Let me start with you.
Okay, so Herty said a lot, and then it covers all that I'm going to say. But I think we just don't cherish what we got, or we don't cherish our own, and that is what is making the problem. I see people coming into this community, and I never see them ministering in this, let me say, Western churches. We still minister to our own community, African communities, but we want to sing like the Westerners, or we want to do songs even in our own dialect, like the Western music. Okay. And that is one of the part that is making everybody suffer, because sometimes I sing some of their songs and it doesn't really sit well with me because it's not my language. I don't really understand what I'm doing. Just like somebody did it and I'm trying to learn it from the person, and I want to be in the thing. No. Your language is your tongue, is something you understand. It's like when you are singing, you know what you are exactly what you are doing. That when somebody tells you waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, I mean, sometimes you don't even understand the word, but because you love the tune, you are just dancing to it. We just have to be authentic.
Right.
God himself knows that there's many languages and he understands all of us. And so from our little background, if we can understand and cherish our own, I think it will help. Because I've never had the opportunity to minister to, I mean, I've been to English churches. I'm in America. Basically, everybody speaks English. And so certainly when you go, you sing English songs and all that. But at the same time, when you get the opportunity, find a way to express yourself in your culture. I remember one time I went to a church. It was a Black and American church. And I sang this song. Oh, come. Uyo nyami, oh
Okay,
Saturada,
that's
and
one of
come
the
and see
songs
how
written
this,
by
yeah,
Ace and Kuma.
exactly. Come and see how these people were just listening to the song. They didn't understand, but the way I was expressing myself, they were just flowing with me. I've had opportunity listening to South African songs. I don't understand it, but look at the way they go all out to just sing those songs. It ministers to me some way, somehow. I just don't know how. I don't understand the language. It still ministers to me. And so if we can cherish our own and do it right, it will still affect people. It's the Spirit of God that is moving, not our performance.
Right. So true.
Do it and do it right.
Do it and do it right.
Right.
That's something in the Herty. What would you add to this?
So I really second what Minister Nana is saying. The reason being that, I believe that music is a global language.
Yeah.
Whether you understand the dialect or not, it's a global language. So if you decide to go the route of doing maybe contemporary music in English, not like singing it like Hillsong would do, but you want to sing it in English, then you have to make sure the content is good, that whoever receives that music can be ministered to or can be blessed by what you do. It's not because you want to sing in English, then you can just put like just anything together and just sing it, and people don't really feel anything out of it. Now, going back to what he said pertaining to the local dialect or appreciating what we have, God created me and Nana and my man of God, you, as Ghanaians. So the first thing is we know God as Ghanaians, and for you to express yourself to God on another level, you have to connect to God on that first local dialect, just like you said. There are songs that you minister in English, it's powerful. But for some funny reason, when they switch to that local dialect, you realize that you connect to God on a different level, because that is how God created you.
Exactly.
God created you Ghanaian. God didn't created you an American. So that is how I'm just trying to make that analogy in my head, if it's making sense. That is how you know your God. And that is the same reason why South Africans can sing every English song, but the moment they start singing in Zulu, you notice that there's a different atmosphere, because that is how they can connect to their God. So yes, what you are saying is very true. If we want to do the local dialect, then sing it raw. Sing it and sing it that the market woman can even relate to. Sometimes we do the local song and then we do a lot of riffs and runs on the song,
Oh my.
and then the song loses its natural if it's local, it should be local. Don't go and do it just spoils the whole thing. I'm just saying though. But I'm sorry, like today I'm sorry, I'm begging for you to forgive me.
Herty, I understand you. Personally, I've had to draw a minister into it. So, because by God's grace, because of what I do, sometimes people just send me song. Oh, that Daniel, what do you think? Maybe I'm producing this song, and I've had this Charlie. Like you just said, the market woman at Agbogloshi or whatever that you connect to, if you start pronouncing Onyame like Onyame, what are you talking about? So I've had to personally tell someone that, I think that, if you sing it this way that you can understand, it will work better. I picked up someone's album, one of the popular contemporary guys in Ghana. I picked up his whole album. And after listening to it, I was like, the production is great. But if you listen to how the lyrics have been put together, it's true. But even by God's grace, I've schooled up to university level. I've lived here in the UK. I work with let's say other nationalities, and when they speak, I understand. But from what this guy is singing, I can't decipher what he is singing, and he's singing Chi. So if I can't decipher what the gentleman is singing in Chi, I'm just imagining the guy at what do you call it? The guy at who, and you see, we're talking about. Guys, we are talking about how those of us in the diaspora will be able to make inroads into the Ghanaian market. And we spoke about the Ghanaian radio station not playing our songs and that kind of thing.
Right.
The song that if somebody is listening to Abeku Santana, looking at and Hetty, I've been on your show to talk about how you need to analyze radio stations you put your songs on. You
Right.
understand? If somebody's listening to Abeku Santana, arguably the biggest drive time show host in Ghana, and he plays a lot of gospel and he needs to play your song, the question is, will your song connect to his audience? So himself, producer, himself as a radio show host, together with his team of his production team, they are considering what songs would our audience like. Maybe he wants to push new talents, but like you are saying, you are singing God, and the
I know.
you get it. So I think we need to have this conversation for a lot of those who are watching this broadcast now and who will watch it later. You see, we are not saying that don't display your vocal dexterity,
Right.
but I think, guys, that you need to know the genre of music you are putting out there and
Right.
who you want to reach. Let's
Yeah.
say if you have that ability and you've gotten to maybe you've been invited to a place that the audience is jazzy and you can display your soulful voice and that's fine. But if you're putting an album out or you want to put out a soul album, that is okay. But if you want to put out a gospel album and you say, oh, I want to push out, God wants to reach me, and the people that you have to reach, Jerusalem, you're not speaking in a way that they understand you. That's difficult. So I have to be asking the question, but now I'm going on and on.
No, it's fine.
So that's the challenge that I think we have. But saying this, I'm not saying that the quality of the production, as with the beats and the music itself, should be compromised. I mean, like you said, music is a universal language.
Right.
So you can sing a very good Ghanaian language song over a great salsa beat, and it will work.
Yes.
Wona wo free tete wo yonyame abodi yina is one of the songs from my brother Koda.
Right.
Bononiye, no one else like you.
That's right.
That's right. It's over a great beat and it works.
Right.
So I think the point is, for those of us who live in the diaspora, maybe that's one aspect. I know that there are other mitigating factors, but that is one aspect that for this conversation, I want us to drive home that the enunciations, the aesthetics of the song, how the song could come out. If you are doing a local song, it should set well to connect with your audience.
So true.
Absolutely. Before we start accusing them that they don't support endorship because they don't understand what we are saying.
Right. And I also think that, just like we're talking about, if you know you're doing a local track, like a prayer track, it's local, stick to that one. And if you know you're going to do like something like something English, and you want to flare your rants and your riffs and on all that, it's a separate thing. But don't be singing, yeah, that was for you, yeah, that was, and go like, okay, wait a minute. Yes, and now auto pressure man go on mobile app. No, yeah, like the app coming. You're buying pressure for them because they have to now. People think like if you don't do your things like that, you are not gifted enough.
Yeah.
And people always miss it. When between them straight, they feel like you're not anointed enough. They want to hear somebody do the riffs. Go like, oh my gosh, she's anointed. No, don't get it wrong. Somebody can sing straight and they don't do anything riffs and their songs are equally anointed. Somebody can do all the riffs and you go like, what did the person just say? You miss the whole thing. So we have to draw a line between when we want to do riffs on our songs and then when we want to do local songs. That way we can minister to the audience that we're trying to target. So it's very important to consider that as well.
Nana, let me ask you this, and I will ask Herty the same question as well. How has it been for you trying to promote your song in the local media space, i.e., I don't know if is it radio you are using, is it bloggers that are pushing your song? How has it been for you? Tell me about it.
I think I was listening to Herty, and I think she almost said everything that I have to say, because it's difficult. Before we used to have producers who invest into your craft, or let me say your ministry, but now it's like you have to do things yourself. You go to the studio, just one song they are charging you about. We in America, sometimes they charge you not less than $400,
Okay.
not less than that. You
Right.
do come and you finish that, you come and do your artwork. All these things they're charging you. You have to blog the song. You have to do everything that you have to do to promote the song. Just to even get how do you call it, radio presenters to play it, they still have to charge you. And they are not charging you one time. They charge you today, and the next minute, oh, you have to buy credit to push them a little bit, and the next following week you have to. I mean, it's difficult. And this thing that we're doing is just we loving to be in a ministry and do what we love to do for God. Nothing is really coming in. I produce my songs. I do everything on my own. I produce everything on my own. Everything you see it out there, how far I've come, I'm using my own money to do it. And my perception is to reach out to God and also reach out to the people of God, that the message that God has deposited in me, I can deliver. But the whole thing is money goes out and it doesn't come in. You don't get support from, like she said, the local community, from the church. And, it's really difficult. Sometimes it sounds as if you have nothing to offer or you don't even know how to, but it's really, really difficult. I just brought out a single, Second Chance. This is a salvation message in this end time.
Okay.
That it doesn't matter how far you have gone to, it doesn't matter how people see you. Sometimes some of the sins that you commit, you yourself, you can't even forgive yourself. But God still have a big heart to, forgive you and call you back home. This is a good message. A good message that Koda helped me produce this song. But at the end of the day, Koda has done his part. How can this song reach out there? Give it to any blogger, any radio presenter, and it's in hundreds of dollars. And so if you don't have it, then a good message like this, it stays in the room, and then you hear stuff going out there. I don't even know sometimes I don't even know how people see God and how we present ourselves before Him.
Okay.
In whatever we're doing. Sometimes I want to know when people are in the studio. Right now, it's like we don't even get time to go through the process. Right now, we don't get time to go through the process. I've backed Merigasa for 26 years.
26 years. Wow.
I'm telling you. This is the time that I'm bringing out my album. Ask me why. You think now everything is easy. People can even go on their phone, sing and send it to somebody, and then they do quick work. No prayer, no waiting, nothing. We just bring the songs anyhow. And we think it's the flair. Oh, the youth like it. Oh, this is how the audience like it. Okay, let me go this way. This is how it will reach out to the world, outside world. Trust me, when you come here, some of the songs, nobody plays it in these contemporary churches. It's just still sitting in still African communities.
Okay.
And so sometimes I wonder the perception, the motive in which we are, the state in which we are, and how we see God, and how we want to present ourselves before Him when it's time for our recordings. Wow. And even if you are reaching out to the people of the world, what comes into your mind? Which people are you talking to? Only the youth? And you leave the adults? I mean, we have to go through process to know, as musicians and as men and women of God, we need to know how to present things out there, because now the world is running so fast and it's making things easy for everybody to feel like he or she is there. No. We have to know the origin of what we're doing.
Okay.
We need to know the how do you call it, the authority. We need to know the consistency. We need to know the blessings that comes with what we're doing. We need to factor all these things before we sit down to do what we have to do. And if we are going to do this, I think we're going to maintain our tracks. Then people go like, oh, now you see how did you see how Herty sang that song? Okay, let me do it this way and try to. I mean, we are just we just messing it.
Some sort of a competition.
Yes. Sometimes I watch some of the videos and I see how these youths are dancing and going like that. I'm like, can you imagine God sitting in front of you and you going like all those stuff? Sometimes I want to know what we are presenting and living with our generations.
I think maybe the generation conversation is one that we need to have some time and try and see how
And so it makes it difficult for some of us because it looks like some people or some of the DJs, they are also enjoying some of these things and they are promoting it. And so when you do something authentic, because of the monetary aspect of it, somebody is playing your song for you, you don't even know how long it's going to play. He charges you like $500. You don't have it. After going to the studio, so just one song, by the time you realize you're going almost like you've not done even a video, then you're going almost like $5,000 just on a song.
wow. Herty,
It's not easy.
I can see Herty Marvin is true. It's true. Herty, unmute your mic and talk to me. Right.
Yeah.
So I can hear you
What-
say it's true, it's true, it's true. Now, I mean, we're still dwelling on how we can make inroads into the media space in Ghana. So what's your experience like? I know you how many singles or how many albums have you got?
I think no, I have just singles. I'm now working on an album. I have
Right.
5 so
All right.
far,
Okay, so
5
talk,
different singles
how has it been
so
for
far.
you?
So just picking up from what my brother is saying, to do music these days doesn't come cheap. More especially if you are the person producing yourself. And I also say that I produce myself from the beginning, from everything, from my photo shoots to studio works to flyers to promoting. Everything is just you. So the question is, if you don't have a job or if you don't have enough to promote just one song, just like he's saying, how would you will not even be encouraged to do another thing. So when it comes back to how my songs are being pushed out on radio stations, I think by the grace of God I have some good relationship with a few I did DJs, no radio presenters in Ghana, and one of the people are Fifi Forsen.
Okay.
So usually when I get the songs out, I send it to them. I send it to him, and Jason Autry has also been so supportive. I don't know him that long. He just visited our church. I've been following him way back, but the first time I really encountered him was when he visited Royal House Chapel, US Grace to Grace Center, and I just connected with him, and he's been so supportive. And when I might have new content, I send it to him that, oh, this new song is out. Can you just give me a special shout out? And trust me, they've been so amazing. They play the song and they don't even ask for anything. And sometimes people forcing will play the song after maybe what the other DJs will play the song after maybe whatever you paid is even the if I've paid for let's say $20 to play maybe 5 times. I'm just saying an example. After that, even it's exhausted, they still play the song. But my thing is, if you are spending like $2,000 on a song, like or $5,000 on just one track, because you have to do studio works, everything has to be played live, and you've not even shot a video yet, and you're not getting like $50 out of it. To be honest, how many people will be encouraged to go on producing songs? They wouldn't be. You get my point? And
Hold on.
hold on.
Sorry to cut you. Let me ask. So does it mean that does it mean that when maybe you have to sort of pay for DJs to play your song, does it work like maybe a phone credit system where it gets finished or something? I'm just trying to understand how
no
does it work. That's
So
okay.
they have a way to act towards you for you to know that the money is finished. You need to push it, and you know.
I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. So
you know.
So I know. So over here, there's a radio station called Gold Legacy Radio, and they are based in the US, and they have a platform on Facebook as well. A special shout out to Mr. Asimedu
Collins.
He plays Collins Asimedu. Yes, he plays my song every time my song is out and it's a new song. He plays my song, and he doesn't charge a penny. Nothing, nada. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say he doesn't. That is his channel, so he doesn't charge anything. He's doing it to push your music, to push the gospel, to push whatever God has placed in you. But the people in Ghana, they don't see it that way. Yes, because they also have to pay bills, and I understand. But what I'm saying is that sometimes if people don't have the means, can there be a situation whereby people just genuinely want to support what you do? I'm not saying that they should play your song every day, but at least once a week, if they just try to play your song, at least to push it out there. That's what I'm just trying to say. But you see, the bottom line is this whole music thing is money. Until you make it to a certain level that you have gotten to a place where you don't have to pay anybody to play your song because you're already there. you are, you know, you don't have to if they won't play it, it's at their own loss. Then I know, but me, I'm not there yet. I'm not at that level. So I'm using my resources. I'm using my social media platforms. I'm reaching out to people, whoever can support. And I want to give a special shout out to Kingdom Hype GH. They are so you don't have an idea. They are so supportive. And whoever has been supporting me, that have not been charging me, I see you. God bless you. And
All
those who
right.
have been charging me, I see you too. God bless you.
God
Thank
bless
you.
all of you. Right.
You know, that's like all that we are saying, it's not like there are no good ones out there. Recently, there was this brother in UK called Edward Amponsa. He released a single, but he chose time to, you know, promote my music, Second Chance.
Right.
Collins
Wow.
Asumedu and BB Ventures, all these people are there. But the point is, they are also trying to do what we are talking about right now. Before, we didn't have people who were genuinely coming out like he just called me Dadson to give me this opportunity.
Yeah.
We didn't have people like that. It's just recently that this thing is coming up. Collins Asumedu will call me and tell me, Nana, this is what I want to do to, you know, support your ministry. And he's been very awesome so far. And I believe if we can encourage the people out there to kind of understand the situation in which we are now, or what we go through to bring out a song, and they can faithfully support us, even if we have to support them with money, and it's just maybe one time or something, but they act towards you in a way for you to understand that, hey, brother, $100 for 2 weeks, no, it's gone. Bring another $100, and it's difficult. It's really difficult. Sometimes it puts so much, you know, stress on you that you don't feel like doing the work of God anymore. But some of us, we are here and we are faithful and we want to just do whatever God has deposited in us. We are just faithful. We want to go ahead and do what God has deposited in us. So they shouldn't cut us off. They should also give us the privilege. I'm begging them. They should give us the privilege to also, you know, deliver what we have.
I'm hoping that by thanks be to God, I know that people have started responding to this conversation, this live stream, and I'm very sure that some of the presenters are on here. And at this juncture, let me say a very big thank you to all who have called me to encourage me behind the scenes that this is a good initiative, and I want to thank God for the grace and the idea. And I want to thank all of you ministers that are coming on anytime. I invite you to do that. And I want us to all build together, because that is what it's all about. It's all about creating that leverage that at the end of the day, we can advance the kingdom of God, and we can advance the diversity in ministries that the Lord has given to us. Let me read some few questions, and I have Koda, who is backstage now. I'm going to bring him on. So if you're ready for that announcement, I want you to actually, it's news. Okay, so the announcement, I think I said, if you're ready for that, I want you to just share the stream. Don't let anyone miss it. Let me read some messages that I have. And so Kwansima Dadson is my beautiful better half, and she says, God bless you all. Thank you, honey. God richly bless you as well. Edward Ponsa say, big ups to you, my brother. Nana say, right. So, never book out, saying that was a powerful submission. God bless you, Uncle Danny. Edward Ponsa was saying that, okay, you hit the nail right on the head. I guess that was when you were talking about how things were with the support. Okay, Herty. Okay, right. So Herty, a lot of big ups to you there, and that is what they do, right? That means they don't share. Sharing is free. Judith said, "God bless you, Herty," and there is also NH say, "Okay, right." So we and Koda is bringing the announcement shortly. Herty, you are doing good. Keep it up. Express yourself. And yes, so this is to you, Nana. It says, Edward says that you are speaking well. God bless you. And so
God bless him. God bless him too.
So on the last submissions we were making, NS is saying that they tell you it is for a period, and some take it monthly. Oh, he says some take it monthly. Lorraine, God bless you. And yeah, he said you have a list of them in your book. Oh, Lord have mercy on us. Right, so you don't worry, you are not in it alone, but God will make a way. Francisca H. God bless you too. So, ladies and gentlemen, and I know some of everyone. I'm sure every one of you here knows my brother Koda, and for the Ghana music space over the past, like, I mean, almost like 30 years, he's been very active, and I'm blessed just to call him brother, and we do a lot of things together. And I know he's really supportive. Right, so let me say hello.
Hey,
Koda!
how are you? Please forgive the coffee there. Forgive the coffee.
All right. Koda, thanks very much for taking time out to join me this afternoon to join us. And you have news for us.
Yes, I do.
I have been going on yesterday.
Yes, I do. It all started from this. I had one person that is close to me get a legal issue, and she couldn't afford the use of a lawyer because it was expensive and a bit beyond her budget. So I just remember that I had close friends and associates who were lawyers. So I called one of them and I said that, Charlie, so this my girlie thing, is there no hope? And she said that, haven't I heard about, so she mentioned the name of a group to me in Ghana that are lawyers that pick up pro bono cases. That's what started this whole thought in my mind, where they pick your case up and then they will take it to court for you and then they will see you through. It sounded too good to be true. So we actually followed up, and it was true, it exists, that they will just, and they are not, pardon my language, they are not like the baby lawyers. Well-established lawyers who still believe that there are people out there who can't gather the finance to get their case ahead. So it brought this thing to mind that, why can't we carry this goodwill into other areas of our lives? Because I have heard lots of songs that are good, but maybe just that final finish of the mix sometimes is not able to bring the best in the song out. And then the radio presenter will hear it and go like, I saw you no more hasa. I say, where I say, you know, and I know artists don't like those comments, but you also have to understand them as radio presenters. You know, they are running a commercial institution, and the CEO is sitting at home and he expects some level of that. You understand me? Some level of I don't want to use the word excellence to say that, but so to cut a long story short, I discussed with a few of my friends like Bunny, like Uncle Charles in the UK, like Neo Klein, Pastor Isaiah Skunti, all of them, got a host of them together, and I told them that, what if we got people to present their rough mixes, maybe an MP3 version?
Oh, the devil is a liar. He's
got into
Are we back?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you will send an MP3 of your, let's say, the rough mix that you were able to come up with, and then if your producer is in agreement to it, and we have a few things that we need to be sure about, that it's like you didn't pay the engineer, you want to run away and come to us. We don't want that either. So once all those little background things have been done, we are going to mix a song for free for you, for real. No expense withheld. At least so that
I have a song ready.
Yeah, right. So we are going to do that but let us do that for him. I mean, well, Daniel Dems are the ones on the board. I won't even be part of the decision making, so it doesn't have to be a song that I like. I mean, it has to be a song they believe will do well, and then we will get it done. So we are.
The internet, whatever.
Okay, so am I back?
Yes, Koda, we are back.
Sorry. So we are doing this August, September, October, November, December. For the next 5 months, we are making a song for free each.
Think we miss Herty.
Yeah. Hello. Koda, we lost you.
Okay, so for the next 5 months, we are mixing 5 songs for free. And we have Sunny FM, Spirit FM so far who have come on board. So at least promo on those stations when the song is out is a done deal.
Wow.
And so we'll try and get more stations to collaborate. And I know that YouTube, we'll use our social media handles to help as much as possible. We are not all that, but the little we have, we can share.
Okay, so let's quick. Ernest is asking, what about new songs? So I don't know exactly, Ernest, what you mean by what about new? Maybe can you explain what qualifies for this entry?
We beg you that we pray that the established artist would allow us to do this one for rather the emerging artists. So people who don't this thing they saying it in English is a bit some way, but we all understand it, and I want to say See, Danny, explain it better for me.
All right, okay, so let me see if I can attempt the explanation. Koda is listening via loudspeaker, so that's why sometimes it looks like we're having a feedback. So I've just muted his mic. Koda, don't go away. So what Koda is trying to say is that I think I explained it when I started. So we are looking at emerging artists. Okay, so let's say you have maybe one, 2 or 3 singles, or maybe you even have an album, but like we said, it's not. Nobody knows it, so there is still room for you to come up. But this time it's not an album that is being mixed, it's a single. So it's a single that you've done. You have a question, I'll come to you, Herty. There is that single that you've done it up to, let's say, the premix level. So it is just left with that final mix and master that will bring the song to that standard. And like Koda is saying, by God's grace, we have some he's got some stations on board that will guarantee promo for the song once the song is ready. Of course, terms and conditions will apply. So I'm going to go back to Koda so that he tells us where you need to submit the song to and what you need to do and that kind of thing. So Koda, if you can hear me, if you can tell us maybe where to submit the song to, and what do we just submit and wait, and after we submit, what do we need to do?
Okay, so the full details will be on our social media handles tomorrow. Daniel's social media handles, mine, Koda Studios, Koda, wherever. We'll paste it everywhere so that you can see. At least I know you will send it to an email address, and from now to the 14th of August, they will pick the song, and then we'll work on the song. But you can present 3 of your songs. You never know, maybe one of them will get chosen. And next month, present the 3 again, because the Lord is a Lord of miracles.
Okay. Before Koda misses, Herty and Nana, I don't know if you have any questions for Koda.
I want to say, I've not met you. I've not really encountered you personally like this, and I want to say, God bless you for all you do. I'm really, really a fan of your ministry. I'm a supporter, and God bless you for what you do. So my question is, if I'm understanding what you're saying, you're just doing it for the emerging artist. I'm an emerging artist, just FYI. So if you are considering the emerging artist, and the other thing is that you mean that if we have about 1,000 people submit their songs, you are just selecting 5 out of the 1,000. That is what I'm hearing. Is that what you mean, or you select 5 every month? I want to understand what you mean.
No, we'll pick one per month.
Right. So as Koda is explaining, it's going to be so once per month. But what is explaining? If you have 3 or 4 songs that qualify, submit all of them. You don't know which of the songs will be picked. So the song should have been done up to a premix level. So you should have done some work on the song already, but it's just left with the mix and mastering. And once Koda is here, I would beg of him to speak to this before he goes, because sometimes, especially new musicians or emerging musicians, find it difficult to get it. For me as a presenter, I've had to explain over and over again, where you hear somebody's song and they claim it is finished and they are ready to. Sometimes before they come to you, their songs are already available on digital platforms. And you listen to the song and you are like, Charlie, it's left with that. I mean, I will ask first of all, I will ask who did the production? Who mastered it? And sometimes the names they will mention, I would say, Charlie, I wish maybe you would have done this or that. And it is not compulsory, like in Ghana, in Ghanaian parlance, we say by force. It's not compulsory to produce a song and master it in the same place.
No.
Right? Somebody can do the initial production for you, and you can go somewhere and master the song. So I'll go back to Koda for him to speak to it for us, and maybe tell a lot of the those of us who are emerging what it means, or the difference between just doing the song and the difference that a proper mix and master makes to the song. Kofi, if you can speak to that for us.
Okay, so let me explain this briefly. I've had to go through all the phases in my life, and you don't end those. I mean, throughout your whole life, you go through those phases. So on Pastor Joe Bicham's Assembly Mekachere, I played. I didn't mix. I didn't master. I played on Kwame Amponse's Asrochi Danara. I mixed. Yeah. I played. I mixed that album. Uncle Sarge mastered that album. Okay. And there is Neo Kaimokube. I played, mixed, and mastered that album. So it doesn't take anything away from. And up to date, on the last Joe Metal album that we did, there are 2 songs I worked on that album. There is You Are the King of Kings. I forgot what we called it. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The one he did with Jonathan Nelson. Yeah. I mixed that song, and then Dan Shaik in the US is the one who mastered it. And then there was Mihia Weyesu. I mixed and mastered that one. So it doesn't mean we are saying that you, the engineer, you are not up to task. The requirements are different per song. Why didn't I told Joe I don't want to master the one he did with Jonathan Nelson because it was going to be played on American radio. There is a way American radio want their sound. So I said, Joe, let the American master that one. I'll mix it down. Me here with Yesu, I think I'll be okay. I will be able to get that one. But I think, pardon my language, I think it's a sign of maturity. Don't chew more than you can. You can say. Don't bite more than you can chew. Yeah, you're getting the thing. So there are stuff that I play guitar on, and nobody knows the stuff I play guitar on. The stuff that I'll call my friend Oreku and say that I am tired of hearing myself. Play this one for me. It doesn't mean I'm not a good guitarist. It just means I want to hear something different. And I worked on another song recently. I play bass, but I didn't play bass on that song. I didn't play bass on Second Chance. I got Bright Osei to play bass on Second Chance. Not because they say Koda, so everything Koda, brother. No. So please, I beg you, the young engineers, we are the ones who are the problem. I don't think it's the clients. Right. We get our ego is all over the place when that thing comes up. But I think you should relax. First of all, the data belongs to the client. Let's get that thing in our minds. The data belongs to the client. After he has done the production, he has the right to say that he wants the data, he wants somebody else to mix, or he wants somebody else to master, or something like that. And I don't think it should be a hassle. I'm working on a project now. 2 people are mixing the same song, and the client is going to choose which one works best for him. I mean, once you are getting paid, what is your problem?
Right.
Right.
And Koda, that is one thing that people also struggle with a lot, because when they produce song for you, the sound engineers believe that it's their data. So when you're asking that, I want somebody else to do something, I go like, no, I think I can do it. So that is one thing that I think you said that was really relevant.
The clients, let me say it again so that my people would hear that the data belongs to the clients. So I mean, Daniel has every right. I have Daniel's data on my system from years ago. I should be able to pull it up any of the whole world knows you haven't finished the album. And so anytime Daniel says that he needs the data, it must be available. Let's not get our emotions involved in it. I think it's unnecessary and it spoils relationships.
Right.
So when
It's a contract.
when a client requests for the data, should they pay you for the data?
Paying for? No, you don't need to pay for anything. The data is yours. But you see, I'll give you one more clue. And this is from me to clients. Please don't wait till you and the engineer fall out before you ask for the data.
Yeah.
Okay, so am I back on?
Yes, you're back.
Yes.
Please, I was saying that I promise you by the beard of the prophet Elisha, if you and the engineer fight and you request for the data, you will not get it.
Forget it.
So please, from the onset of the project, make it clear and say that, oh, engineer me, please, I'll request backups from time to time. You understand that? Then you bring the hard disk when you're coming to the studio and go like, oh, can we back up to today what we have done so far? Hey, I think it's a safer road to go than to wait till maybe you get a mix and you don't like it and go like, Charlie, can I have my data? Then the emotions start getting out of hand. You get me?
Yeah.
Wow. Koda, I don't know, gentlemen and lady, if you don't have any, I'm going to let you go. I know, Sundays are family time. Let me not take you far. I'm grateful for your time to come on and make this announcement exclusively on Chat with Daniel Dadson. And I'm so thankful to you. I can't thank you enough for everything that you do to support this ministry and to support everyone out there. So yeah, I've had loads of comments coming in. So like Koda has already announced, the information will be out, God willing, tomorrow on all our social media portals, and so look out for it. And hey, we will come out. Right. So Koda, if there is nothing more, I know we've worked with Nanase, there is Herty. I don't know if you were following the conversation we've had and there is anything that you would chip in just shortly before you go.
Please let me say this thing small, Wami. I have one piece of advice for my engineers, and then I'll come to the artist. You see, I've noticed that the young engineers keep complaining that doors are not opening for them, people are not recommending them, and this and this and this and this and that. But you see, let me say this on record. When I recorded Kwame Amponsa, he was not a star. When I recorded Neo Khan, he wasn't a star. When I recorded Pastor Obicham, he wasn't a star. When I recorded Uncle Atu, he wasn't a star. Ikenano was not a star. Zuta was not a star. So start with people, the people in your closest environment, and grow with them. I've been with these brothers for 20 years. So now if you are telling one of my brothers, hey, and he sounds a bit difficult, you must understand that we've built a relationship. Auntie Mary, Dancer, Stella, Dugan, Auntie Amy, they were recording with Sami Hawani, Uncle Zap, because they're also in their generation.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Young Engineer who is out there, there's somebody in your church. I'm off again. Okay. There's somebody in your church, there's somebody in your neighborhood who is not a star yet. Help him. And start off with that person. For the next 20 years, you have a client who is going to be with you. instead of always trying to poach on the big names, because that will be a difficult market to enter into. Same thing applies to my artists who are now emerging and coming up. You are looking forward to Joe Metal sharing your post, or Neo Kai sharing your post, or it's a good dream. And I pray the Lord your dream comes to pass. But why doesn't it start from your immediate circle of friends? Why can't you push each other? Because you see, whether we like it or not, I mean, he talked about clicks. Clicks are normal. Jesus had so many people following him, 144. But he had 12 disciples. He had 3 people that he would call up to the mountain, and he still called John his very close friend. As for click, my sister, who click hard to go to heaven. You are getting the thing. So no. So that, let's build our cliques to where we know that, oh, I love Nana, I love Nana Say, I love what he does, I love Herty. So let's build friendships, and so those relationships with these big acts who can share things for us, it will come with time. It will come with time, but we are not going to spend all our time looking on social media and going like, hey, so Koda didn't share my song. Hey, so this person, please relax. Work your own thing. God is there. You don't need any big name to help you. God will promote you. You are getting the thing. So I beg you, whether you're engineer or artist, let's build things gradually. It will get there. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Daniel bless.
God bless you. God bless you, sir. So
before he leaves, I just want to express my profound gratitude to him for him allowing himself to do that great job on Second Chance. It's a blast. Uncle Kofi, thank you very much.
You shoot the video.
Sorry, Kofi, remains it.
Are you shooting a video for that?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay, great. So let me know when the video.
I'll call you.
No problem. I did for you.
All right.
Bless you. All right.
Koda, I have a lot every day.
Same you, sir. Bye.
All right. Bye. Right. I don't know, but I don't even know what to say. But from what we've experienced today, I'm so convinced that God planned this thing to happen today, and because the information that has been given now, Herty and Nana say, these information are invaluable. I mean, you have to pay for workshop and seminars to get all the things that have been said. And sometimes it hurts me that we put all this information out there. God pushes us to do these things, and the people that are supposed to come for this information and run with it, they don't do it. There's so much quick fix people want. I want it. There's so much quick fix that people want. I don't get it. I've done Herty, of it. I've done a whole tutorial session with my brother Ninoy, who is one of the biggest radio and television presenters in Ghana, on how to put your stuff on digital stores and stuff. They won't go there and watch it. They want the easy way out. These are things you pay for, and very soon we will start charging for some of these things. But for now, God is asking to put it out there for free. That's what God is asking us to do. But at a point in time, it will be commercialized, and you will need it most, but you have to pay for it. I'm saying it today. Right. But thank you very much. Let me say a big thank you to some of our Pastor Kwame Amponsa is here. Pastor Kwame Amponsa, God bless you. And Reverend Faith, the deadline for submission will be the 14th. So at the start of every month, entries will be accepted up until the 14th day of the month, and then the entries will close, and the panel will submit the song that needs to go to Koda Studios for it to be mixed and mastered. And then, after everything has been done, sealed, it then promoted on some of the collaborating radio stations. So thank you, Lorraine. Thank you as well. Gentlemen and ladies, let me come to you for your final words. I mean, I know we've spoken about this promotion and help and stuff, we can't exhaust it. We can't exhaust it, but I'm sure we will still find out ways that God will help us to make inroads. So let me come to you, Hetty. Tell us what you're up to. What are some of the things that those who are following your ministry and I know now too, people who are following and now say have gotten to know Hetty. Likewise, people who are following Hetty have gotten to know and say so. All of us, our audience, tell us what we should expect from your ministry in the coming months. What are some new things that we don't know? And also, you have to tell me one thing about you that nobody else knows, apart from your husband, actually. So,
Wow.
yeah, so I'm listening.
Okay, so thanks again to our big brother Koda. That was so insightful, and I've taken some few cues out of what he said. So thanks to him. Yeah. So in the coming month, I'm working on releasing 2 singles. So we're just praying to God for clearance as to what He wants us to do and when He wants us to release it. So they should be on the lookout for that. I just released a new single featuring Emmanuel Smith, based in the UK. So please, that is No One Like You. It's available on all digital platforms. So they should go and stream it, download it, and let it be a blessing to them. I have Overflow concert that was supposed to be, that was scheduled for I think June 2nd this year. It's postponed, so we're still, it's still in the pipeline. So let's see how the year goes. If God clears the atmosphere and COVID is finally gone, we'll see whether we want to push the Overflow concert or not. But I'll keep you guys posted. I want to use the platform to also say a big thank you to everybody out there who has liked my stuff, who has commented, who has shared my content. I want to say, God richly bless you. I don't take any of you for granted at all. And thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for everything. I'm grateful. What else? Something that nobody knows. Okay, so I have one word of encouragement to everybody watching me. I want to tell you that, listen, you are more than enough. Okay, you are special. Don't let anybody tell you that you are less of a person, or you are not quality, or you are not qualified enough. Just do you. Pursue your ministry. Don't be like anybody else. Don't try to be like Minister Danny. Don't try to be like me. Don't try to be like Jomedo. Or be you, and just work in alignment to the purpose that God has called you to do. Now, one other thing that nobody knows about me that I want to share is that it's my biggest fear in life. One of my biggest fear in life is to miss the purpose of God for my life. I want to be sure that whatever I'm doing, whether ministry, whether singing, whether music, I want to be sure that that is exactly what I heard God say. That is exactly what God has called me to do. So missing the purpose of God for my life is one of the things that I dread a lot. So it's always I have a way of always going back to God, circle back with God with what I've heard God, speak to me about, to say, God, should I still proceed? Should I still do this? Should I still release this? So I always want to be in alignment to God. And just like Miss Anana said, it doesn't matter the numbers for now. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being faithful. And our big brother said it, God is faithful. Once you do it faithfully, God will blow you up. It's not any human being who will do it. So just keep pursuing you, keep working in purpose, and the sky is the starting point. That's it for me. Following me, you can follow me on Instagram, Herty Corgie. Facebook is Herty Corgie. Twitter, TikTok, Herty Corgie across all social medias. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Nana, now, so what are we looking to? I know the single is out. Where can we access the song? And what should we expect from you? And one thing that we have to know that we don't know.
Right. Thank you very, very much. And I want to bless God for your life, for this opportunity, and all your listeners out there. First of all, when you get on the social networks, all of them, everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, you can name it. Even the ones that I don't even know the names. You go there and then you just type Nana Osei, the worshiper. There's a nice tune out there talking to us, not just talking to me or talking to you. It's talking to us. about the chances that God has for us in this
My
end
God.
times, even
Yes,
in
Lord.
this pandemic, that everything is, in chaos, and we don't even have answers
Mm.
to the questions that we have. God has still opened his arms, waiting for us to come back home, and then he will receive us. Just like Herty said, my biggest fear is to miss heaven.
Mm.
I'm working my salvation with fear and trembling.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean I'm so perfect,
No.
but just like I'm saying, I'm still counting on God and believing him that everything that I came to this planet to do, I really was assigned to do it, and I fulfilled it. I want to thank all my pastors who are praying for me,
Yes.
my wife and my kids who support me all the time.
Yes.
And I want to thank God for ministers and great men of God who has really nurtured me to come this far. All my fans, all my audience, everybody that listens to me or come to my page to share, to like, comment, the good comment and the bad comment, they are all being accepted in good faith. I love them all. I want to thank God for my family and my manager, BB Ventures, Bright Brown, and then Eric Kufiado.
Okay.
I also want to thank CNN for his support and his everything he's doing in my ministry. And I want to thank, if I want to say thank you, I'll mention all the names. We won't leave here today. I want to thank everybody. If I say everybody, big names, small names, medium names, that is supporting me, supporting Herty, supporting Dadson, supporting ministers of God in this vineyard. I want to bless God for everybody's life. And also,
Thank you, guys.
I want
Thank
to
you.
remind everyone that God is still waiting for us.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how far the situation has gone to, God is still waiting for you. Look out for second chance.
Yes.
God
Look
bless
out
you.
for second chance. Herty and Nana Osei. Go, and of course Nana Adwoa, who had to leave early for an assignment. God richly bless you. And Koda, who joined us to make that announcement. All of you who have been on here, God richly bless you. I can't mention all of your names. I mean, you've seen a lot of comments that have come, but I'm trusting God that God willing, we shall converge right virtually again on Facebook. But please make sure you're following all the ministers that do me the honors of coming on to have a chat with me. Herty is here, Nana Osei, Nana Adwoa. Go on social media, follow what they do, like the least you can do, subscribe to their channel. You see, and anytime you subscribe, God has mandated YouTube to pay these artists. Okay? God has mandated them to pay them, so you may not have the capacity to buy their albums, but if there's videos and stuff out there, all you need to do is to subscribe, like, and share. Let them just watch, and another company will do that. Okay, so like and share what they do, support them, pray for them. We need the prayers, pray for them, and please,
We need the prayers.
yes, all the information that has been shared on here today, make sure you are running with it. Don't forget that tomorrow, God willing, we'll put out the message on submitting your premix track for Koda to master it. And on the note of Koda, before, let me make this announcement as well. I think for those of you that have seen it, Koda's wife Irama has this beautiful handmade necklaces that she makes.
Wow.
God willing, next week I'll try and get the picture so that we put them on here. But check them out on Koda's page, and I'm sure wherever you are around the world and in Ghana, she'll be able to supply some of them for you. So please do that for me. Herty, thank you. Nana say thank you very much. I want you to know that next week Emmanuel Smith is on here.
Yay! I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm hosting Emmanuel Smith together with Minister Adwoa Apia, and also Minister Cheko from the Trinity Baptist Church, and Jojo Demons, and a host of them.
Nice.
So,
can I say something real quick, please?
Go ahead, please.
I want to say God richly bless you. May God increase you for what you're doing. It takes a lot to follow God's calling for something like this, because you're using your own platform, your own resources to, push the ministry. So I want to say, God bless you. Whatever time you spend doing this, may the Lord replenish you. And myself and Minister Nana, and then the Minister Nana, the other one who just left for another ministry assignment. We are grateful for this opportunity. And, thanks to everyone who's been praying and supporting us. We really appreciate you. So, man of God, I salute you. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you so much, Herty.
Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day, people.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Okay, right. It's just been amazing, right? Right. Thank you, people. I'm so grateful for your time, and let me say a very big thank you to all of you who have called me. If I'm sure some of you would want to. I'm receiving some chats in inbox. I'll take time to reply to everyone that has sent messages. And please, it's live on Hack TV. Hack TV is on YouTube, so kindly go subscribe to the channel, share, go back and watch it and assimilate all the information that has been shared on here. My name is Daniel Dadson, as usual, and God willing, I'll be back with another edition of Chat with Daniel Dadson next week, Sunday. All right. Okay. I wanted to play out with Nana Osei song and Nana Osei, but watch out on my page. I'm going to share these songs shortly after I go off. God richly bless you.